Hey.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Alright.
How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How you doing, ML? You gonna join us for some sweet casting? Yeah, I'm saying you're gonna cast with us. We're gonna get the try cast, or
Maybe, maybe not. So Nashville got their normal lineup. Good stuff. New York, I think, is just going to have everyone but Taves, probably.
yeah, I think Austin will be coming in for Taze. It looks like they've got Renegade there as well. I don't see him in the server though.
I
And
wouldn't
again, like
expect
most
them. I don't
of
think
their
they've
team
played him
isn't
yet.
here.
Yeah.
Not in the playoffs, no. They picked him up right before the playoffs started, so I think he was
Yeah,
on
probably.
Toronto before that. Is that
He
accurate? I
was
can't even.
on my team for a bit. He was on Winnipeg, but I don't think he ever ended up
Beats.
playing. The Winnipeg Jeets, but they didn't get him any playing time.
Unfortunate life of the Jeets.
So yeah, New York, usual lineup. So they got Austin instead of Taser. Not as big of a loss as it would have been a few seasons ago, but Taser definitely has been better these last few games.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we're ready to get underway. Games 3 and 4 tonight of the finals. I know they were trying to reschedule, but seems like they
We
couldn't
don't
get
allow
that
that.
worked out here. So unfortunate for them, but that's all right. For them, meaning New York. So we'll see. The
Austin's
team
good.
did all right against Boston without DMB in their first two games of the semifinals. So
Yep.
you'd think they have enough talent here still to withstand the loss of Taser. Who I
Yeah, I
don't
think
think is,
Austin's he's a capable player. He plays the puck safely. Doesn't
yeah,
try to do too much.
for sure. And I think DMB is a harder player to replace than Taze is in terms of what he
Definitely.
gives to that team. So having him and TB here, who have both been nuts so far in this playoff, a
Yeah, TB
huge difference.
especially didn't expect that.
Yeah, he's got 15 goals on 23 shots, I think. Something
That's
just
insane.
absolutely ridiculous like that.
He's probably
So,
getting close to his regular season point total.
yeah, I think he was 27, 28, 29 around there. I think his high 20s in the end where
He's getting
he
there.
finished off. So, yeah, I'll take a look at that here while we mess around as the game gets going. I think we missed like one or two shots on net there. Some good offensive scoring chances
Yeah, a little
for
bit of a
Nashville.
scrappy play there in front of, I believe it was New York's net, but nothing came
Yeah,
of it.
big meat stepping up big. Jeet sale. Should I call him Jeet? Yeah, I'm thinking Jeet sale or Meatlore. I don't know which one I want to go with, but I'm gonna go with one
That's
of
a
the
tough
two of them
call.
tonight.
Probably Jeetzel.
Jeet sale. I kind of like Jeet sale. It's really just gross sounding, in all honesty. So we're gonna go with that. Big Jeet sale.
Big old nasty Jeetzel.
Coming out to play the puck, which has been a major
Just,
problem for him so far, and
and there's a goal.
yet again.
I wish he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know how many goals that's been in the playoffs so far, but especially in that Boston series, both he and Selfbug constantly coming out of the net and their teams getting scored on as a result, and clearly that trend is not ending yet. So
Yeah, something I think I've talked about this on the streams before, but I really don't like when goalies do that unnecessarily. Like, the only person I've seen do it somewhat effectively was Gabe, and even then it led to a lot of goals against, so
yeah,
it's just not something that's easy to pull off, really.
it's really only something you should do if you absolutely have to.
Yeah, if no one else is gonna get to the puck, then maybe, or if you're running out of time, you need a goal, you can make a breakout pass or something, maybe go for it, but
Yeah. Well, the other important thing too is when you come out to play it, you really got to get rid of it right away. And a lot of
yep,
goalies want to skate with it for a second or two, and that's usually when they get screwed.
yeah.
Um, an early hole, but nothing that New York can't come back from.
Yeah, they had a couple of those spurts of scoring in the playoffs. So they just score 3 goals or whatever it might be in like 1 minute. So
Oh yeah,
see
that
what they
that
can do.
first game between these two teams, I think they had 3 goals in 2 or 3 minutes or something like that. I think it was in the second period where they just completely ran away and
Right off the
just
post.
wide. Wow, almost 2-0 this early into the game. That would have been a bit of a backbreaker. I don't
New
think
York
New
hasn't had
York.
much pressure so far.
Yeah, I don't think they have a shot on net yet. Maybe a little offensive control here once or twice, but I think that's technically their first shot on net. Whew,
Yeah, they're playing a bit passive here. But I guess
yeah,
that's maybe a symptom of Austin instead of Taser. Austin kind of wants to get rid of the puck right away.
yeah.
Taser maybe a little more confident.
Well, Nashville definitely good at putting the pressure on, something
Yep.
they succeeded at all season long. So
Long shot though from Austin. A bit wide though. Right in the slot for TB in top corner. Wow. That's a nice shot.
there we go,
That was
just like
really hard
that.
to finish that, at least
Yeah,
for me.
that's a nice
Can't
shot
finish
there.
those.
TB continuing his trend, I believe, for his 16th goal.
That
Oh,
is crazy. Oh,
oh man.
lucky break kind of for New York, although would have called it an unlucky break if it went the other way, probably. That was just a weird physics puck.
Yeah, it would have been costly to give that up and lose momentum immediately after scoring like that, go back down 1 goal. Definitely frustrating when that happens. TB had 27 points in the regular season, 18 goals, 9 assists. And so far in the playoffs, if this would load, he now has 20 points,
Oof, what a
16
save.
goals, and 4 assists. So he's almost matched his goal total for the regular season. Only
That's
2
crazy.
behind it now. And
Oh,
oh
and oh
man.
my gosh. Big save there by Kiwi.
Oh, holy
Both goalies in
shit.
the last like 20 seconds. Big old saves.
Give
And
Kiwi the NS there.
Meat's save might have even been more impressive though. I don't know how he
Yeah.
even saw that. There was like 5 guys in front of the net.
So calling out the luck. Looks like a little bit of chirping going back and forth here between the goalies.
He's definitely been the best 2 goalies all season. So
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah, for sure.
but Kiwi in terms of save percentage was like way ahead of everyone else, which I thought was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was over 70%, which is one of the few times that's ever happened. And Mitso was the second best goalie, and he had about 62%, which is a huge
Yeah,
difference between number 1 and number 2.
it's
So
been a bit closer in the playoffs though. I think like than maybe
yeah,
2 or 3%.
Kiwi's at just under 70, and Mitso is at 66.67.
Oh,
So much closer than the regular season 8% difference, which is weird.
I wonder how much of that you can attribute to meat coming out of the net.
Yeah. Well, Mead's save percentage was a lot closer to what it is right now for a good portion of this season. And then towards
Yeah.
the end, they kind of stumbled in the last like 5, 6, 7 games there down the stretch and almost actually lost their playoff spot as a result.
Oof.
So
Almost a good chance there for TB, but unable to hold on to it. Good
that
chance the other way though. Misses the pass. Ouch.
Oni, a passing
Sam
rating.
is wide open though.
What a
And
shot.
oh, off the crossbar, I think, or maybe saved. Couldn't tell.
Mito is very good against those long shots. Nashville was trying a lot of those in game one of this series, especially from Zam. He had, I believe it was 6 of them in the first game alone, where he was ripping those long shots, and Mito saved every single one of them. So he's definitely ready for that test. But he's had much harder time with the closer centering passes and cross crease passes that Tony and Crab have been able to put on, and that's really what allowed them to win game two so decisively.
Yeah, you definitely need to be in close to score on him. It's not many of those long shots are gonna get by.
Yeah.
You can kind of say the same for Kiwi. I don't think he lets in too many of those.
Kiwi's pretty good from all angles, though. Actually,
Yeah.
he's very consistent goalie across the board. I wouldn't say he has any area of particular weakness, which is good from his perspective. As most goalies tend to be good at either closer or longer shots, one or the other. Like Selpug's very good at the close shots, up tight and in front.
Yeah, saves breakaways somehow.
Yeah.
Never understood how people can do that.
So we're halfway through the game now. Still only 1-1. Not a whole lot of scoring other than the 2 mistakes there in each end.
Yeah, maybe like one or two good opportunities other than the goals for each team.
Yeah, it's been, like you said earlier, quite the passive game. So
Nobody wants to make the mistake.
it's interesting to see here that TB has been the forward who's been playing deep a little more than Jake McButts, who throughout most of the regular season was constantly stressing the opponent's defense by sitting as deep as he possibly could to really keep at least one man back to cover him. And now you could see it's TB instead shooting up.
Well, I
Definitely a
think
different style.
DMB probably their most potent offensive player, and I don't really think Nashville's susceptible to cherry picking really. So it's better to have him trying it than DMB, I guess.
Especially with Taze not there, it probably helps having him back a little bit more to facilitate some of the breakouts and then relying on TB to be able to finish it. I think if
Definitely.
New York wants to win this game, they have to keep it close. I don't think say
Ooh,
this breakaway
breakout
here for
pass.
Tony.
Ooh, good play by Meat. Sometimes it helps them to come out. I guess there you don't really have a choice. I think most goalies would decide to come out there, but
It's
good
really all
play
about
nonetheless.
the timing. I mean, Tony received it a little too far behind him, so he wasn't able to make a move quickly. And just that split second of him having to get the puck back into position where he could deke around him gave Mitzel enough time to come out. So as a goalie, it's all about judging that and that small window of time and whether or not you're gonna have it. So, but it's a good play by Mitzel, a good decision.
Shaky play there though. Clay TB is there to clean that up a bit.
We get a shot. We do. It's on net. That is a nice shot. Lands perfectly though for Don Cherry, Kiwi in net there. Nice save. It's a good shot from Cap though.
Yeah, I joke about it all the time, but shots are really hard, or even long shots in general.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah, to get that on net too, and that looked like it was going to drop in perfectly. It dropped a little more than I expected it to, and a little more than probably he expected it to. But Kiwi did a great job of reading it, and oh,
That
almost a
was a
chance for the
weird
put in
physics
there.
puck.
Yeah. The 1-1 after 2. As I was saying earlier, I think New York really has to keep Nashville to really no more than 2 goals. I don't think they'll be able to outscore this team in order to win a game if they start getting into this offensive explosion as they sort of did game 2. Really got to limit the scoring chances here. Shot from Tony, not great, but gets it on net. Back to Zam, who has plenty of time to make a
Don't like the
decision.
back skating. Not a fan.
Yeah, I have to say I'm not a fan either. I know he likes to do that a bit. DMB does a lot too. The
Yeah.
big fan of the back skate. I just think it's way too risky. If you make one wrong move, like to the left or right, even slightly, you can completely screw yourself.
Yep.
There's no way to recover.
Especially with light goal there. I think he kind of faked him out a bit.
Yeah, he did. it was a nice series of moves there to get through the defensemen on the boards. None of them really were able to keep up their momentum very well, and DMB exploited that perfectly. Important thing to watch there
Sam
too
right over the
was
net.
DMB did not really hesitate at all in that shot. Once he got that open lane there in the middle, if he had kept skating it a little bit closer, there was a good chance one of the defensemen was going to be able to block it, or Kiwi could come forward and knock it off his stick. So he
Yep.
took the shot at the perfect time, and even though it wasn't great, it's all about the timing.
Fortunate break for Crab there. The puck got right past him.
Yeah, if they can find a way to come out with even one win here in tonight's games, that'll be huge for Nashville. Give them a chance for just a straight up best of 3 on Thursday, where both teams should have their entire lineup. And oh, a great
That is an
block by
incredible
Sam.
block.
Wow.
Caps got only had one place to go there for a while. That was not good, but was able to
Yeah,
make the
you'd
play
like
to
to
Austin.
see with just one offensive lane there, one passing lane, you'd like to see Nashville cover that a little better and force Austin to, or Cap, whoever it was in the back, to make a really tough decision to try to force it into a tighter window, but not always easy to see that as it develops.
Yep.
I'm getting forechecked here by DMB. He gets rid of it. Crab's got it now. He's going to lose it here to TB. TB, oh,
Ooh.
almost a really nice move. Still able to get the puck around, but Nashville's going to have to get out of their own end here soon.
Yeah,
Nice play by Kiwi.
less time you've got DMB in there, but he's actually going to get this one right back. He's got TB in the slot.
Go for a shot here, yeah.
Good block.
Blocked by Crab.
Crab's one of those players that if he's near you and you're shooting, I just feel like he's going to block it every
Yeah,
time. It's
yep.
crazy.
Very smart with his stick placement. Very smart. He played it at least a season. I think it was 2 seasons on defense, and I think that actually helped a lot develop the defensive skill set that he has in addition to his playmaking ability. And there's a lot to be said for that. I mean, that makes a huge difference and can help make up for some deficiencies. Not that this team has any, but on teams that do, really can make a hell of a difference.
Yeah, and while we were talking there, big save by Kiwi. I think that might have been going bar down or post in maybe.
Ooh, oh. Not sure if that was wide or not. Didn't get a chance to check the minimap, but nice job by Meat finding that puck in the air. And we got about 1:30 left here. New York covering the forwards very well of Nashville, forcing them to make some really tight window passes here. And Crab with a nice pass to Jerry. Almost gets the deflection. Really gonna need to find a way to get some of these pucks on net here. They
Yeah,
have
only a
just
minute to
over a
go. They
minute.
need some chances here.
Seems like they're having a tough time getting through the neutral zone and into New York's zone with possession. And chances like that, it seems like when they get in, what we just saw there, they're shooting it wide. Just not quite as accurate as what you'd normally expect from this team.
That was a great drop pass there. Fooled the two Nashville defenders.
Right set of moves here by DMB. Gets a little greedy though.
Yeah, maybe we're just gone for the backhander there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what a
wow.
shot by TV. That should probably do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be the dagger. He's now up
Wow.
to 17 goals on the season, or on the postseason, sorry. So 1 away from tying his regular season total.
It's wild. Although how many did he play, like maybe 20 games in the regular season? I don't really know.
The 18 goals, 9
Ooh, big
assists
save.
in 18 games in the regular season, and he is at now 17 goals, 4 assists in 10 games in the postseason. So,
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely
oh yeah, he's definitely coming alive here, and he's continuing that really high conversion rate on his shots.
it's gonna be another win for New York. So 2-1 series now.
I gotta say, I did not expect that coming in. I really thought New York was gonna struggle a lot here without Taves, but apparently their defense held up better today than it did on Sunday, or I guess Thursday, right? Today is Sunday, so Thursday,
Yeah.
where they gave up 2 goals the first game, 4 goals the second game, and here they only gave up 1. So maybe Austin was the solution.
I really liked that drop pass by Austin that led to that TB goal.
Yeah,
That was a really nice play.
I think he was the one who
Fooled
got
two
the puck.
defenders.
He was the one who got the puck deep for the tying goal at the beginning of the game too, didn't he? Wasn't it
Yeah, I
Austin's
think
long
so.
shot that got it deep and DMB chased it and got it to TB?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So that's the other thing about TB's goals too. They've been high impact goals. It's not like he's just picking up garbage there. I mean, he got that game tying goal and then he got the game to clinch it. And he might not have got the game winner that DMB got, but each of these goals was huge for that team. It's a huge difference being tied 1-1 versus being down 2-0 at
Oh yeah.
the start of the second period. So big props to Nashville, who gave a lot of effort, but New York too much for them that game.
We'll see. This is so far the same as the first day of games went.
Yep.
New York won the first one, so maybe Nashville will figure it out and win this next one.
Yeah, I do think Nashville's going to come back strong. They've actually lost the first game of every night they've played in the playoffs so far. So they've played on 4 different nights and they lost the first game every time. So they are 0-4. But in other games besides that, they are 5 of 6, I think it is. So for some reason, their first game of the night for them usually a bit sloppy, and then they pick it up and kick it into gear and get going. So I expect them to come out guns blazing here, so to speak. If they can put up another goal early here, I think that'll put them in a solid position. And they got to keep up the offensive pressure too. I felt like it kind of laxed a bit too much in the second period there.
Yeah, they kind of you didn't notice it as much. Usually that's something you really have to worry about with Nashville. Crab and Tony, great at forechecking.
Yeah.
But didn't seem like it was too much of a factor there.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you'd think that would be a very good matchup for Nashville. Words are hard. The good matchup for Nashville, where you've got Crab and Tony, who are one of the best offensive pairings in the league in terms of chemistry between them, and like you said, the pressure that they can put on. They're really good at finding each other with the cross passes and centering passes and forcing turnovers too. So you'd think matching up them versus Cap and Austin, who isn't really even a mainstay starter on this team, and Cap is a forward turned defense this season, not even by choice. That on paper just looks like it's entirely favoring Nashville, and yet Nashville wound up with the short straw this time around.
Yeah, it seems like they really always do start slow, so I think you can expect more of the usual Nashville this game. I think Tony's going to have a couple goals here. That's my prediction. 2 or 3.
He is the leading goal scorer for their team, I believe, after this game. I think they were both tied in goals, meaning Crab and Tony anyway. Were tied in goals coming into this game at 13, and Tony had the one last game, if I remember correctly, which puts him up to 14. So he is now leading. But
Yeah,
he is
he's
not leading the postseason, as DMB and TB both have more with 17 and 15 respectively. So
they've both turned it up for the playoffs. That's for sure.
oh yeah, their offense has come alive. I mean, for a team that really looked like they might lose in 4 or 5 games to Boston with how their regular season ended there, New York's really made a dominant statement here, not only in the Boston series coming back from being down 3-1, but they're now up 2-1 in the finals versus a team that I don't think anybody expected them to beat.
Yeah, I remember playing against this team in the regular season. The thing we'd always say is like we just have to watch out for DMB. We were never really too worried about anyone else. We'd just be he'd be cherry picking, and we'd have someone on him, and that'd be really all. And I'm pretty sure we beat them like every time, but with TB they're a different team.
Oh yeah, TB's really found his place here with this team, and it seems like at least when Taze and Cap are out there together, the two of them definitely figured out how to play together really well. Both of them are performing far better, Taze and Cap, than they were in the regular season too. And I don't know how much they played side by side for a lot of those games. I know Cap wasn't always there, neither was Taze, so there were some lineup issues for them during the regular season in terms of consistency, but the two of them have each had 10 points in the first 9 games, I think, not including last game. And I think Cap didn't he get an assist on TB's second goal?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that one hell of a save there from Mizel. But I think called for a timeout in the next stoppage of play, so we'll want to be looking out for that.
Right.
I'm already set admin, so I can try to call it if you're not set yet. So
Yeah, I've got it too, I think so.
okay, all right. So let's get the next stoppage. We'll do it. It looks like they're fine now. I think TB had timed out, but it looks like he's back fine. He's been playing all right for a minute or two here. Great body by Kiwi there to give his defenseman Zam some room there to work with. That's actually a really underrated play, I think. Goalie's coming out to body the forecheck.
Oh yeah.
I do think that's goalies that are good at it, and Kiwi is one of the better ones for sure. Really does help a lot because it takes a lot of the pressure off defensemen.
Yeah, it's a really difficult thing to do. I've tried, I'm by no means a goalie, but when I've played a little bit, I've tried doing that, and it's a lot harder than it looks, because you don't
Yeah,
have any momentum, and they've got all the momentum they need, so they can kind of just usually just get around you pretty easily. But if you pick up speed, I guess before they're, I
they're
guess
really
somewhere you can
ready for
body
it.
them, yeah,
Yeah.
and you can catch them
A
off guard.
one-on-one here. Oh, a little bit too far ahead of Zam here. He can skate into it still, but he's got to shoot now. Too late there from Zam. Good back check from DMB to make sure Zam couldn't get a clean shot off, and now it's going the other way. Oh, looked like it was going crossbar. I don't know if that was going bar down or what, but
I've been close.
Zam with a big chance here. Oh boy, nice save by Meat. Get another reset here, so bit of a slow game. Some scoring chances, but nothing too crazy yet so far. Johnny almost farting. It looks like we're calling back the timeout. So apparently Johnny almost farting was enough to make Mitzel realize he just wanted the game to continue. He's waiting for that big ripper. Oh, what a
Aren't we
body.
all?
What a body on Mark there. He tried to skate that puck up. Austin passing into coverage. Not the best of decisions, but Krabs got it anyway. We're gonna get a dump, yep.
DMV would have come away
Ooh,
with that one. He would have had a good
got a
chance there.
chance. He's got nobody around the boards as Austin is really deep. That would have been the place to go with that puck, but unfortunately Austin was caught way too far deep to be able to get there. For that point shot, Austin's famous point shots.
Oh yeah.
Almost as good as Guy's famous point shots, but
It's
not really.
close. It's
Not
alright.
really.
Waiting
There's a
for
reason
Austin
why
to have a
there
goal here. Austin always has those timely goals.
he does not have a point yet so far, unless he got one last game and I didn't notice. I think he got 2 of those secondary assists there,
Yeah,
but
he'll get a goal at some point, I'm sure.
oh, I believe it. He should get this. Oh, and the whiff.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh my.
Oh! What?
That is, saved by the
Wow.
bell right there. Holy.
Wow. If I was Nashville, I'd be pretty tilted here after that. I mean, I'm not gonna say that was a goal they deserved, but wow.
One in the net. I mean,
Yeah,
it's definitely disappointing.
that was a bit sloppy. One of the forwards, I think it was Tony, tried to get the puck up and didn't really get enough of it. And then EB missed it. I think it was Crab who was able to get a piece of it and send it towards Meat, who missed it as well. I mean, that was
That was really odd
that
looking.
was bizarre. I kind of wish it had gone in. That would have been a great way to start the scoring in this game.
DMB looking for the wrap.
Oh
Holy.
my god.
That just didn't even look
What?
possible, but I don't know. It might have gone through the post,
Holy
honestly.
shit. I think he was able to curl that up and around. Like, I think Kiwi's stick was down on the post and he got it up and over Kiwi's stick into the upper corner of the net.
I don't even know that happened so fast.
That's insane. Holy shit. So DMB opening up the scoring.
They lead
Nashville
for New
now
York.
Yeah, playing from behind this game early.
Austin, here's his chance.
It'd be awfully fitting for New York to go up 3-1 in this series and then blow it on Tuesday.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
that would be.
Oh man. Not sure what it is, but Nashville not really looking like themselves yet in this series. Other than game 2, they've really had trouble getting into this.
Yeah, they don't look like the same team we're used to seeing. Definitely, they haven't had, I don't think, any real chances so far. Not great ones, at least.
Oh
Other than
man.
that one that trickled in at the end of the first period.
Yeah, we almost got another trickler there too. Here's the backskate from D&B and had
That's
it,
kind of
lost it.
why I'm not a fan.
Yeah. The real concern is, I guess it doesn't matter as much in the offensive zone, but if you're doing it in the neutral zone or in the defensive zone, you're just asking for a turnover leading to a
Yeah,
breakaway. Like, it is just so dangerous.
needs to
So
be kind of a
still,
last resort
oh,
type
for
of play.
sure. Oh, and it
Oh,
makes it through.
good
Oh,
heads up play there.
if TB had a little more room there, I think that was going in. And instead, we got a good chance
The
going
other
the other
way.
way. Neat sell. Nice save. Crab probably wishes he could have elevated that a little more, but Bill was following that the whole way. The
The
pressure
dumps
this year.
really don't seem to work against New York. That being said, though,
Oh man, little high from Tony. I think he sent that crossbar and over. I don't know if anybody
yeah, I
got a
think he
piece of
was
that, but as
trying to roof that.
another scoring chance caused by Meatsell trying to come out to play a puck at the same time as his defenseman, and they ran into each other, and Tony was able to pick that up. He had put that back in. That would have been a rough one. Oh man, what a move from TB. Well, Mark's going to be here to get this, I think. Ended up wide of Tony, so here's Austin. We get to see the V breakout.
I
Yeah,
saw
it looks
Austin
like,
was
go ahead.
forechecking for a while there. It's kind
Yeah,
of funny.
well, it looks like DMB is definitely playing further back, and I can guarantee that's a symptom of them not having Taze there and him feeling like he needs to sort of,
Trying to
trying
hold
to
the
think of a
lead
good
for
way
a
to,
bit.
yeah, trying to think of a good way to word that. Just play
Turtle.
defensively for his team, yeah. Did a great job getting them the lead, and now it's about holding it.
Yeah, this would definitely be huge if they get. I mean, I didn't really even expect them to.
I didn't
I
think
don't know.
they'd
I
win a
guess I
single
expected them
game.
to at least like have a close game tonight. I don't know if they'd win one, but they might
Yeah.
even. If they get out of here with two
Oh
and
man.
almost another goal from New York there, right off the post. I think that was TB again.
Yeah,
That
I
is a
really,
risky play.
I probably would have guessed 3-2 Nashville would have been my score for at least one of the games, and maybe like 3-1 or 4-3 or something like that. I was expecting fairly low scoring 1 to 2 goal games for this, and that's what we got the first game, but just not at all the way I think any of us expected that to turn out.
Yeah, there's
So
almost at the third period here, and nothing for Nashville. Only one
yeah,
goal tonight, I believe. So
New York's got to be really happy so far with this.
yeah, just nothing happening for Nashville.
Yeah, that should about kill this period now, as it's going to bounce over Mark. Job by Cap keeping that in. Yeah, 5 minutes left for them to steal a win out of this.
I think Nashville's at least noticed this with Zam a little bit. He was just kind of taking a little bit too long to just get the puck in deep. They really need to just get it down there and let Tony and Crab do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of their success is being able to wreak havoc on teams that aren't ready for turnovers, especially. That's one thing that they really are great at capitalizing on. Get a turnover in the neutral zone, and the entire opposing team is getting ready for an offensive breakout. You've now stolen the puck going the complete opposite way, and it's very hard for a team to adjust and react accordingly to that. And that was a huge part of their offense that they just can't seem to find at all here. And that's a lot of credit to Austin and Cap for great save. lot of credit to Austin and Cap for getting rid of pucks and not succumbing to the pressure that Crab and Tony are able to normally put on them.
Yeah, I think their puck movement helps a lot with that too. There's not as much pressure as there normally would be, I guess.
Well, you can see the difference too, like you brought up the timing and the hesitation, and like right there, Austin especially getting these pucks off almost immediately as soon as he gets them. He's trying to get the puck to an open man somewhere on the ice, and huge difference in a tip shot. Kiwi still finds it.
I don't even know if that was on net, but that's still incredible hand-eye coordination.
Oh yeah, for sure. The ability to find that out of the air, especially on a redirect like that, is crazy. Both he and Meat have shown an incredible amount of talent so far, not just this series, but in the first round as well.
Just a breakout, not looking good for Nashville.
Like New York, pretty content to just keep throwing the puck down the other end and letting their forwards sort of dump and chase here. As it's worked for them so far, although we've got a 2-on-2, now a 1-on-1 developing, although I think it's a little too far for Mark. He's gonna get a chance with
TV's
this.
reopened on there. Couldn't find him though.
It's over 3 minutes now. See if Nashville can at least get this to OT and give them a fighting chance to win this game. TB with some
I
space,
don't
but he
know how
loses
he
the
stopped
puck.
that.
Lost the puck in his legs there. Unfortunate. I think it must have been the spin probably coming off of the pass and kind of deflected a
Yeah,
little
it's
weirdly
always
off of
hard
his
when
stick.
it's going diagonally, at least for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Messes
and
with me.
when you can't catch it in stride too, and you got to slow down for it a little bit, really a little tough. So Kiwi coming out to play it. Dub not trying to skate with that too much farther.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh
bouncing
man.
puck. Sam's gonna get a chance with this. Oh, in the body. Ooh, Mark's gonna have to come up big, but he's got the space. Nice job. Not out of the woods yet.
Chance
Here
for
comes Icky
Austin.
Pecker. This is it.
Oh.
Oh, just over.
He's biding his time. He's gonna wait till they score and then have the game winner.
Job reading that pass by Austin there. Rob's got some space here. See if we can find Tony in the middle. And it's a little too far in front of him. Oh, that would have
He's
been.
got to try to get that one to Jerry. He was wide open there.
Oh, man. Oh, just too far. Oh, they're
A
so
minute and
close
a
to
half.
having some
They need
quality
something.
chances. Tell they're playing with a little more desperation now as they're really getting the pressure on here. Tony and Crab both coming down very low to play the puck. Try to forecheck this.
That was a
By
close
Zam.
play.
Yeah. That could have been a breakaway.
Crab.
Looking for Crab. Crab
Even
got
got
twisted
that
up
on
a
net. That
little.
would have been incredible.
Oh, loose puck. Crab with some
Minute to
solid
go.
forecheck. Looks like he's gonna lose it. Yep. Oh, good block by Tony, but Austin's gonna be there as Tony doesn't have support nearby. And oh, that's around Mark.
Wow.
Oh, and TB with one hell of a move.
Talk about
Did
clutch,
that
man.
go? Did that go through his stick? Kiwi's
I
stick?
I couldn't really tell. I think he might have sent it under, maybe. I don't know.
It looked like he just willed the puck through Kiwi's stick there.
I don't even
Damn.
know.
Well, after that, unless Nashville's able to get a goal right here off of this chance, this game is pretty much done. Sam's gonna have
Sam,
it with the
one timer.
one-timer. Oh, and he misses it. Run around to Mark. Mark's able to center it, but oh, good job by Meatel playing it. Little confusion here. Crab sends it in front, but Meatel's able to stop it as Crab couldn't elevate it, and there's no time left now for 2 goals. This is gonna be 3-1 lead for New York.
The most
Wow.
dangerous lead in sports this year.
It is. I mean, we definitely got to point that out. This is for sure a huge, huge win for New York, who is desperately trying to reschedule these games without Taves, who was their second round draft pick, and that's I think eighth overall pick, who was not here tonight. So not having him obviously you'd think a huge detriment, and yet they go out and hold Nashville to 1 goal in 2 games. And it wasn't just the goal. The 1 goal that's impressive. They were holding them to very few quality scoring opportunities, which was fantastic too. And you almost wonder what the lineup's going to look like now when Taze comes back. I mean, I'm sure he'll earn his spot back, but do you go with Austin over Cap now? Because Austin
Maybe. I
seemed to
really
prove
liked how Austin
himself
played.
really well tonight. He was excellent.
Yeah, he was definitely helping break the puck out more more so than Cap, but Cap played well, to be fair.
He did.
We'll see what they decide to do. I have a feeling Meat's just going to go with the usual lineup, but it's definitely not over yet. The series is far from over.
Well, the important thing is they've given themselves 3 shots at it now, but New York knows better than anyone that a 3-1 lead, as you pointed out, is probably the least safe lead in sports. I mean, how many 3-1 leads have we seen blown in sports over the last, what year is it now? Maybe a little over a year? Feels like every
I don't
major
even know.
sport so far. With the exception, I can't think of a hockey one. Or like a real hockey one, but
Well, the Kings overcame those two 3-0 leads a couple of years ago.
yeah, which was fucking
That's
nuts.
just ridiculous. But yeah, New York overcame a 3-1 lead in the last series, so they shouldn't be too comfortable yet.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely insane. I think if they win, this might be the first time that a 4th seed has ever won the cup. I don't
Yeah,
believe a 4th seed has ever won before.
and to have beat the two juggernaut teams
The
in
best
the
teams
entire
on the way
season
there,
was
yeah, that's
not even
incredibly
close. Like,
impressive.
they were so far ahead of everybody the entire
Yeah,
season.
yep. Well, that'll do it for us for tonight. So we will see you guys on Tuesday for what could
The
either be 1
conclusion.
game, 2 games, or maybe 3. Hopefully we'll get 3. I'd love to see him at least take it to a game 7.
Yeah, I know for the last two, the semifinals, I was expecting, oh, one of these is probably not going to go to 7 games, but they both did.
Yeah, I know,
Ended up
right? I
having a
thought
7-game night. That was
I keep
crazy.
sleeping on New York. I mean, in the first round, I really thought that Boston was going to wipe the floor with them, and we'd see, 4 or 5, maybe 6 games if New York was able to play well. But New York defied all expectations, I think, pretty much of anybody who wasn't on their team anyway, and
Yeah,
pulled out that win. And now here they are, 1 game away from a championship. That's
we'll
crazy.
see. Yeah, it'd be
All right,
crazy
well,
if
we'll
they
see
can
you
finish
guys
this
on
off.
Tuesday.